LSU campus in Baton Rouge. Round 2 of the season series between the two rivals. Nick Pringle firing his squad up as he is hoping Alabama's going to make it 2-0 this year again or more in 6 straight. So a tall task for LSU trying to avenge the loss from 2 weeks ago down in Tuscaloosa.
Now, Mark Spears' mama's here. We got to find her in the stands because he said you will be able to hear.
She is leading the fan section in this building. We are underway. LSU in those bright yellows. Alabama, of course, in the crimson. Will Baker gets a touch on the opening possession. He's turned himself into a fan favorite of late. He's had a good week.
Well, and Trey Hannibal running that point for LSU. That's been huge for them.
Hannibal making his 3rd straight start. More on that in a moment. There is Nate Oates' starting 5. Sears, of course, leads the way, but 4 of those 5 average double.
Getting the ball into the paint was a concern for Matt McMahon because if the defense has to rotate, that's how Alabama gets those threes.
And this is McMahon's starting 5. Jalen Cook not starting for a 3rd straight game. He missed the Wednesday loss to Tennessee with a hamstring issue. He is available today. Hannibal, of course, making the start in his place. Another triple goes down, and it's Reitzel in nearly the same spot.
For Alabama, it doesn't matter if they're wide open or contested. They can light it up from deep.
Yeah, they are, as we all know at this point, one of the nation's best 3-point shooting teams by far. Jalen Reed splashes one from distance. You like the pace to start?
Well, that's what we expected. Now, the thing that LSU is going to have to do with one of the best scoring teams in the SEC is they've got to take good shots and not let Alabama make this a track meet.
LSU had a hard time guarding Alabama in transition a couple of weeks ago. Baker backing his way down. He has a bit of a size. And
now Jordan Wright to go down and post up.
Oh, Wright is grabbing his left quad. Estrada tees it up. That's through. So that's a 3rd triple for Alabama on the move again. One of the highest scoring teams in the nation. Matter of fact, they're number 2 in the country. They average just below 90 points a game. LSU the other way. This is Tyrell Ward. Puts it up and banks it in. Get used to this torrid pace. Alabama back the other way with a lay-in.
I mean, back and forth because LSU is trying to get down, score as quick as possible.
13 up.
Tied.
Bounce pass down to Baker. Going to work on Pringle. Instead, kicks it back out to Hannibal. Baker spots up from distance. Got it. Baker having a sensational week. Went for a SEC best 25 in this building last Saturday. Had a good game at Tennessee scoring-wise. Oh, a nice and strong move that time by Jared Stevenson to attack. And then the follow is good.
In the country and in the conference, you cannot let them run off missed shots or off turnovers.
Oh, great find that time with the throwdown for Nick Pringle. That was Estrada who was doing some work on the baseline. And so 5 different scorers already for Alabama. Again, this team averages about 90 a game. They're right behind Kentucky in terms of most points per game in the nation. There's Reed on the baseline. Got it to fall through. Entertaining. We've already had 10 lead changes. We're barely 6 minutes in. Stevenson shovels to Pringle. Back out to Sears. Off the bounce. There's a whistle. And a foul on LSU.
Auburn and Tennessee. Tennessee started that game out of a deficit. That can take a lot out of you.
Well, the man on the floor has got the ball inbounding, Jalen Cook. Remember, he did not play in that game on Wednesday, so it is nice if you're an LSU fan to see their playmaking point guard back. Was out with a hamstring issue on Wednesday. Baker is into double figure scoop, so another rebound down to Baker. Reitzel harasses him in the backcourt. LSU with a 1-point lead over its rival. Looking for a signature conference win. Baker, he's already got weak. He takes a quick seat. Wright stumbled, Nearly lost the handle.
Hunter Dean has Mark Sears on him. You got to get the ball to number 12 in goal.
Yeah, careless giveaway that time. Cook missed him. Sears and Alabama on the move. Reitzel connects again. Reitzel has hit 3 triples already. The senior has been very reliable from distance this year. Derek Fountain, these are his first minutes. Picks up the dribble underneath. Yeah, he was right there.
They had one just for me to start this game.
Well, that was how you were getting here. It's kind of them to give you a ride. We're a few miles south of downtown on the LSU campus. Sam Walters always had
trigger.
He's just a freshman, 44% from deep this year, so he's been very capable. Alabama trying to dig in defensively on this side of the floor. LSU is red hot. Right, that's his first look at LSU's leading scorer, who had a little bit of a leg issue.
That wants his team to shoot the ball. First daylight they see, bang!
Sears connects and Rees gets the rim.
What did I tell you? If I were to be reincarnated, I would want to come back as a male basketball player and play for NATO because I love to shoot the ball.
We don't want you going anywhere, but the awareness too. Don't pass up open looks. It's every player's dream to hear something like that.
It really is. Oh, Coach, you want me to shoot it?
Hannibal, he is a wrecking ball.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, that's bully basketball, right? And finish through contact.
Playing some of the best basketball of his career, the 5th-year senior from outside of Florence, South Carolina. Lob pass into Pringle, count the basket, and the foul. Pringle, 2 of 2 at the streets, getting some reinforcements. Kim Mulkey just walked in the door. Yeah, he's got a game here tomorrow.
I had to let her know I'm busy right now.
Yeah, she was trying to. Baker draws the foul.
Yeah, the women's championship.
Yeah, that banner looks pretty nice. All right, there you go. That's just the 4th. LSU turned it over. It was they had a problem with the turnovers on Wednesday. Gave it away 16 times against Tennessee. 3 in the corner. Stevenson, that's good. The freshman from Chapel Hill.
Alabama, that's where Stevenson's so open for that 3.
That's the 4-star rookie with his first 3. Baker now with Cook. Gathers the scoop. Tapped away, and Alabama's got it now. Maybe some numbers. This one developing. Reitzel gets 1 man in the air. Sears sets the feet. That's good.
6 seconds in off the shot clock.
In the SEC. Baker keeps that pivot foot. That's an impressive make. What a first half. 3 boards as well. Matt McMahon lauds the work that Baker puts in. He just lives in the gym, all work, and he's reaping the benefits. Hand down, and the 3. Yeah, you know. 22 for Baker. Sears open, and based on McMahon's reaction, they dodge a bullet there. However, the offensive rebound is pulled down by.
Look to attack the rotation there. Well scouted.
8 points for Sears. He's got it. Couple crossovers, attacks. Trying to get around Cook. Flings it up, and that's through. That's short. Tap back out, a new 30. Make it new 20 for Alabama.
Walters is spaced out. Bottom of your screen. He's still ready.
Reitzel fouled on the 3. The freshman Mike Williams got. Alabama starting a season in Tuscaloosa. Comes over from Cal State Fuller. UConn visits Columbia to face the unbeaten.
And UConn right behind them at 51.3.
South Carolina's gotten them 4 of the last 5 times too in recent years. That'll put an end to the 7-0.
Shooting the 3 a little bit like Alabama's men do.
Wow, Diabate almost blocked himself there. It ricocheted off of one hand. Williams in the corner. Sears closes out. Buckets for Williams, his first triple. The way is in Gainesville today. It faces Florida. South Carolina hosting Vanderbilt. Tennessee is right there, half a game behind that trio. They're 7-2 in league play. Jalen Reed with 7 step forward this year, doubling his point per game total from his rookie season. So here we go, 3-point game again with 90 seconds to go in the first. Sears, aggressive attack, and he finishes at the rim.
But that's what the defensive adjustment for LSU has provided. And you saw nobody rotated in to help because you don't want to come off those shooters.
So that now puts an end to the 7-0 LSU run. Cook draws the foul, and then we got the wedgie. So 2 for Cook.
She'll tell him, use your legs.
Year here, 2 years at Tulane. Hits the portal, comes.
Allow Alabama to have a 3 going in at the half.
LSU 59% shooting from the floor. They've been efficient. Close range looks, and that is the second wedgie in like the last 2 minutes.
Lane area.
First foul on Nelson.
Alabama has 5 3-point shooters on the floor.
Reed missed them both. 10 seconds. Sears patient. 5 to shoot. Attacks with the left hand. Throws it up. Reed comes down with it. He's got 1 second. The hoist comes up empty. And LSU, Carolyn, was. Nelson into the paint. Kicks it back out to Reitzel. Drive and kick. And that was a dangerous pass. Up top to Sears with 10 to shoot. One of Alabama's longer possessions. This is Rylan Griffin. 4-3.
And you look over at Coach McMahon, and he just put his hand. He's like, there's not much you can do about that. That was pretty solid defense from LSU.
And so that's now 10 triples for the Tide. They average more than 11 a game. Mike Williams, yeah, that was 50% from downtown. Sears, great pass to Nelson.
Oh.
And Grant Nelson's going to the line. Jordan Wright, came down on him. And looks like Nelson is 8 points, 11 boards in the loss.
With his ability to get downhill and the strength he has to finish, that makes the defense shrink and opens up shooters for the LSU Tigers.
Jalen Cook, who's dribbling it now, will need to have a shining second half. Off to a good start.
Just tried that in the first half, and there were crimson jerseys all around.
Estrada off the window and through. Aaron Estrada gloriously tracks, and his staff. Let's give a shout out to the GA staff who are the ones that are tracking that. There's a takeaway. Reitzel, just a vicious steal. Thought about the 3. Griffin, yes. Estrada, great vision that time from, looked like Reitzel. But Estrada, little razzle-dazzle at the rim, couldn't finish. Cook, second straight step back 3. He's missed his last 2. Oh, the connection to Nelson. LSU, remember it played Alabama tight in the first half of that matchup 2 weeks ago. Faded a bit in the second half. They are aiming to change that luck this afternoon. NCAA tournament lore as well.
Sometimes the barber will clean it up for him.
Yeah, you got to keep the unique look can only help. He has been a nice addition this year for Nate Oates' team. They lost so much from a year ago. Oh, how about the lob? That's not really a lob. That was a dart to Pringle. But he was one of Nelson, that is one of the 4 first-year transfers that have made great impacts. Baker stumbled. Reed's calling for it. The double comes. Walters blocks the shot, but
then a coach goes, okay, my team, I have their attention.
Brought back 3 players from a year ago. And so here they are in February, and are they playing their best basketball? They must bounce back from that loss on Wednesday. How about the turnover? The 3, down and out. Estrada muscles past Cook for the rebound and the stick back.
Going back, talking about Nate Oates and his coaching, but he said, it's mid-February, or it's almost to mid-February, and he's still preaching consistent defense. And I told him, I have talked to a lot of coaches. A lot of them are preaching the same thing to their team. You want that to be a mainstay, but you've got to continue to remind your players of that at this point of the season.
Cook, the senior from Walker, Louisiana, with a pretty step-back triple. So it's back to a 9-point game. Stevenson, an aggressive drive. He's going to the free throw line. So, again, when you attack the basket, like think Alabama does. Stevenson, the freshman from Chapel Hill, has come a long way. So Kansas 12-0 at home this year. Pay heed, as we all know. Hunter Dickinson went for 20-8 in last Saturday's win against Houston.
Well, that 1-2 punch with McCullough.
Yep.
Forget about it.
So can they protect home court again? Baylor has won back-to-back games against two ranked teams, two good ones too. And Iowa State most recently. He is LSU's one of their leading scorers, 15.2.
Went into that Tennessee game. Jordan Wright was on a streak of 17 games with double figures, and that was snapped against the Tennessee Vols.
He was just 3 of 16 from the floor on Wednesday. Lob it back up to Pringle. It's the same play again.
Stevenson, it's like, Coach, I got that one. Just throw it to me on the wing. Wait for Mark to set the back screen, and I can serve it up.
So Nick Pringle with one of his better offensive games today. He's got 13, 2 away from his season high. That triple is down for Tyrell Ward.
Chip into this lead.
Trying to run their stuff. Cook is cut off by Pringle. Cook between the legs, scoops it up and down, plus the foul. Cook, an excellent free throw shooter, now has it back to a 5-point game. So a little life from this LSU crowd. After the turnover, this is Cook. Rises again. The layup. He's fouled. The line. He's now into double figures.
Cook can heat up now. He can start to put on a show.
Griffin cut off of the baseline. Nelson kicks it back out. LSU with some hounding defense, but Reitzel makes them pay. Wow. Sure.
That's the decision, not whether or not. It's that when you're open, just catch it and shoot it.
Oh, and they've been going down today. 15 points, 4 triples. LSU scrambling now. Late shot clock offense. Hunter Dean spins, goes up. That Stevenson is open. Straight on 3 is off the mark. Alabama has already taken 34 threes. And there's 10-plus minutes left in this game. That's already above their season average. Right to the basket. And he draws the foul, so he's headed to the free throw line. 10. And Wright's free throws could get it back to a 2-point game here.
Spinning himself in phenomenal shape. And
Yeah.
I've talked to him. He's changed his diet, paid attention to his nutrition, and understands how good a shape he needed to be in for his final season.
2-point game. Sears rises up. Rebound down to Wright. And Sears whistled for his second. So there's the effort on the glass that time. Wright spent those 4 years in your neighborhood at Vanderbilt. Got 2 degrees.
It's real.
Yeah.
Here in Baton Rouge for those football games.
Assume you'd be bringing the catfish
Oh, yeah.
to the tailgate. Ward on the attack. Dean hammers it down. Ward has been productive today, especially on the offensive end. He's got 9 points. It's above his season average. We are past the midway mark. Sears goes up. And they whistle right for the foul. So Mark Sears, who lives at the free throw line, biggest supporter.
Look at Mama. Shot the throw.
Simple, isn't it? Now since early in the first half. Estrada finds Sears. Improvising now. Griffin hoists it. Tapped out by Estrada. Can Alabama chase it down? And Reitzel was the one to do it.
Hard hat plays by the Crimson Tide. That extra effort to save possessions.
Look out, Alabama radio crew. Griffin, meanwhile, at the free throw line. Its first lead since that first half. Griffin has got the visitors back in front.
Well, one of the things that Matt McMahon wanted to do is bring in some older, mature guys so they could compete at this level, and that definitely has played off.
On the second half, it's been a guy like Cook, for example. Wright gives that one away. Here's the deep lob! Rylan Griffin with the sledgehammer.
See, Alabama just knows each other so well to play fast, and the decision of timing of when to deliver the basketball.
Free throw line. Where Wright is 4 of 5 at the stripe. And Baker, no. Alabama on the move again. Estrada, aggressive attack, count it, and the basket.
Estrada has been so damaging going. Be bad for South Carolina. They just got in the top 25 and came in at 50.
SEC co-leaders, South Carolina, this Crimson Tide team, and Auburn, all sitting there at 8-2 with Tennessee right on their heels. They have a 7-2 conference mark. 3 in the corner. Reitzel, that one looked pure.
They made that little run while Mark Sears was on the bench.
That's right. Well, he torched the Tigers, you know, for 5 triples, 19 points 2 weeks ago in Tuscaloosa. That was a 21-point Tide win. LSU has kept it a lot closer, although look out. He made threes now as a team. You just can see how quickly they can pull back in front. Cook can't answer. 9-0 Alabama run. Estrada, little hezzy, and funnels back out and gave it away. Tyrell Ward going straight up, finishes at the rim.
Good decision by Ward there. Didn't try to do too much, nothing fancy, just get the finish.
Griffin got it in the corner. They just have had an answer for just about everything this afternoon.
Listen, when you're guarding Alabama from the three-point line, you need to know what they had for breakfast. You got to get that close.
Cook into the paint.
Wasn't called there.
Hey, so look who came back onto the floor. Number 0 in the yellow. That's Trey Hannibal. Backdoor cut. Nick Pringle has just matched a season high with 15 points, and that is not a timely technical foul that he was just assessed. Nate Oates is going to ask for a little clarification from KB Burdett, but I would think they might have had some words here post-dunk.
Oh, yeah, he said
right
something. It wasn't on pulling on the rim, but a little conversation post-dunk.
Yeah, a little demonstrative after the two-hand stuff. 15 for Pringle. Matches his season best against Creighton earlier. This freight train that has 90 and counting.
Just offensive firepower. And Alabama can beat you in so many different ways.
Baker turned down the 3, finds a high percentage look at the rim. That was Fountain who finishes. 8-point game again. Sears was trying to slice it into it to Nelson. He's got it now. Head fake, the blow by, Reitzel.
That's
into
beautiful.
the corner. Yeah, here's Griffin. Reitzel for 3. Puts it in. Latrell Reitzel with 22. And it's a new season high for the senior.
Beautiful basketball. So ball movement, pass fakes, making the extra pass.
Oh, Sears taken away from him, cleared for takeoff. Hannibal, he's going to have to sit down now the rest of the way, but I don't think he was pulsating off of Trey Hannibal, who has been, he's been very impactful. And so LSU is without
you. They were getting points early from Will Baker. Can they isolate, find him now?
And it's back-to-back turnovers now. That's 13 for the Tigers. Sears, that's good. Mark Sears. Extra possessions. Alabama has turned LSU over 13 times as well, so they're +6 when it comes to the turnover margin. And those extra possessions, and look, they add up. They can drown you. This Tide team can. Nick Pringle, new season high with 17 now. But, you know, Nate Oates went to Pringle very quickly off the bench early in this game, and he has answered.
Well, he really has anchored the paint for Bama. Not only on the defensive end.
Started 11 games this year. He was suspended last week for 2 games, and Nate Oates was
young man off the court.
And has really answered, if you will, from an effort.
Goes up for blocks, so when he's got the dunk, you got to just harness all of your energy in the right direction.
There's a turnover. Ward to the basket. It's a double-figure scoring day for Tyrell Ward. 6 of 7 from the floor. He's got 13.
He told Coach he wanted to redshirt. Dale Brown said, redshirt, you jump higher, you run faster, you actually play better than anybody on the team. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you a leader. He made him the captain of his team.
And it was a wise decision. That LSU team that year, they did beat a top 10 ranked Alabama team, but a couple years for Temple here. Went on to play for the Spurs for a couple of years. His son Garrett still playing with the Raptors this year. That's a nearly 15-year career for Garrett Temple. So his 2 sons went on to just a pillar in this community. Cornerstone, of course, led LSU to several Final Fours, 4 SEC titles. He's got the banner hanging in the rafters inside the Maravich Center. Carolyn, we're coming up on about 90 seconds to go in this one. Okay, 107. That is the, you know I like my math, okay? I'm going to count it up. 11th time this year Alabama has gone over 100.
Now they're knocking on the door for another season record. They've made 19 threes this season. They've made
18 to go. Jalen Cook at the line. This mega
Tahina Paopao that has moved in, has been starting this season. A terrific 3
are done at Baton Rouge.
Thank you, Chris. Reitzel got a nice ovation from some of the Tide fans that are in the building. His first double-double of the year, 3rd career. So Carolyn, he finishes with 23 points, 5 assists as well, to go along with those 10 rebounds. Half a minute to go. LSU is going to have to pick up the pieces after another tough one today. They led 73-72 at about the 9.5-minute mark. They showed a great surge, and then Bama went on a 26-9 run. They were down 16 just like that. It is so quick when you play this Alabama team, and they're about to improve to 17-7 on the year.
Well, Alabama shot the 3 well. They got on the boards, attacked the glass, free throw line. A great bounce-back game after their loss to Auburn.
They remain atop the SEC, now at 9-2, and their co-leaders, Auburn and South Carolina, have to keep pace later today. That does it for us in Baton Rouge. For Carolyn Peck and our entire great crew, I'm Kevin.